You think
Okay.
of all the if like if something magical like that happened, and all like egg yolks and stuff just suddenly turned into bread, like would half developed like chickens and stuff come out as weird mutated bread monsters?
Probably.
Yeah. That would just be fucking gold for like you have to deal with that later.
Oh, I'm taking this for an encounter design. Hell yeah. Fucking mutant bread chickens. Let's go. All right, Beep, start
Just
the
with an
episode. We
army
gotta
of mutant red chickens.
we
Hello!
gotta warm open. Let's go.
Hello, and welcome to FMK Anime. I am your host, Meep, joined by my co-hosts, Linus and Ember. Say hello, you two.
Hi.
Hello.
I have created an abomination.
Yeah. And this is a show where each week we watch anime, and at the end of the week, we can cut an anime. So, let's just jump right into The Vampire Dies in No Time, episode 7. Mr. Lewd Talk makes everyone in town only able to ever say lewd things, making his weapon pointless against me. Then Dralic and Hanma tail his mother and Ronaldo while they are on a date, and Dralic's dad pays a visit while Dralic is being accosted by the city children.
I thought it was pretty fun. Except for the first part. That part was massively uncomfy.
It was fucking boring, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think that this was another episode of Empire to me. Like, Amber, you're not hot on it. I kind of really like the first part. I thought it was funny. I just like the. Oops, I need to mute my Discord. I think the bar.
It could just be my raging aceness, but yeah.
Which fair. But I'm sorry, but I laughed really hard when the bartender just started fucking talking in censorship beeps. That's great.
I didn't even watch that part because I was actively skipping over the section.
Like giving directions is fucking beeps and shit. It was stupid. What was the next segment?
Them tailing Hanma's mother.
Yeah,
Right.
his mom. Did you see how his room was just covered in pictures of Ronaldo?
Yeah, he's just as much of a simp.
I took that as kind of him also being low-key a Ronaldo simp.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I just kinda hate Hanma and his whole shtick. It's gotten old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like his mom, though. She's nice.
His mom is nice, but at the same time, I don't think she's particularly funny or interesting. And the twist of this segment I could see coming from a mile away. Oh, he keeps trying to make her hate him, but he keeps making her like him more.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
And then Dralic's dad came to town, and we got a weird tone shift going from funny hee-hoo wacky times to, you know what, Ronaldo, you're a good person to my son Dralic. Ignore everything you've done to him. Continue being friends with him. And I just couldn't stop thinking about that entire segment of this being, yes, this is the friendship segment. Friendship is magic and all that. But if you look at it objectively, Ronaldo and Dralic actually have an abusive friendship with each other, if you can call it that.
Oh, they fucking hate each other. They're not even a friendship. Like...
Yeah, so the segment doesn't even work on the level it's attempting to?
Oh, not at all. Like... I liked the first segment to a point. Like, it didn't overstay. It almost overstayed its welcome. It just went as far as it needed to, I think. But the rest of these were just... boring.
Even
like, the fact that I couldn't even remember what the second segment should speak volumes.
The first segment was cringy to me, the second was criminally boring, and the last was just upsetting. That's where I stand on this episode.
It felt like, to me, it felt like, other than the first part, it was pretty standard for how this show has been going, but I can see why you guys don't like it.
It's pretty standard, but at the same time, the characters all have the jokes that they have. You know what's gonna be their brand of comedy. It's gotten old.
You know what was a good part of this episode? John with the little sunglasses on him.
Yes.
Oh, adorable.
John Best Boy.
Yes.
When he got hit with Mr. Lude Talk's power, what was he saying?
I think he was being incredibly gay. Like, uncomfortably gay.
But yeah. Cards? Cards.
You two go first.
You. I can go either way on this.
To be honest, I've been going to bat for this show for a long ass time now. This episode... Yeah, I mean, this episode really made me think, yeah, this shouldn't have lasted as long as it did. Like, even I can't go to bat for most of this. Like I said, I liked the first segment. Doesn't mean it was good. It wasn't. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna kill it. You've gone so far, Vampire. You've gone farther than we ever would have expected. Good job for that. But you're gonna die here.
I'm gonna take my son, John, put him in my little backpack so he can't see, and I'm just gonna grab Dralic, put him out in the sun, and tie him to a pole. I'm gonna kill the show, too.
Yeah, alright. I can let it die.
You're gonna kill, too?
Yeah, I might keep watching.
Alrighty. That
God,
is Oh, sorry.
Oh god, I hope that Senpai gets a triple kill.
That is 3 kills for the vampire dies in no time. Episode 1. Or, not episode 1, episode 7. Well, fuck am I on about?
Means going back in time to kill it before we even started it.
God damn it. Ah! Sorry, I'm just trying to re-up my notes.
It's good.
But yes, that is a triple knife for the vampire dies in no time. Let's move on to Komi-san Can't Communicate, episode 7. The 3 go to the pool with Agiri. However, Yamai's group meet up with them. Komi gets injured and can't play anymore. Then Komi and her quiet dad go out and have ice cream before Komi goes to a library and plays in the park. This episode had some real cute moments in it.
Yeah, I have to say the scene with her dad was just, it was so sweet.
Yeah.
This sure was another episode of Vampire. Oh wait, never mind, this was an episode of Komi. Man, everything at the pool for this episode bored the hell out of me.
Some funny jokes.
I didn't laugh. I laughed once. It was at Tadano unlocked a new fetish. But that was it.
The pool was a lot of cute moments, and when Komi gets injured, that's when the comedy of that segment really starts hitting, because you see everyone but Naijimi and Tadano, you just see them all filing down the one part of this pool using a nail file. Just so fucking stupid, it's great.
I almost felt like they were trying to... I almost got the impression from Yamai that she was trying to, like, pry that piece up so she could keep it because Komi's blood had touched it.
I don't want to think about that.
Would be completely in character for her, but honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that happened in this episode, yeah, but I feel like that's kind of the point. It's one of those quiet, reflective kind of things.
Yeah, like
the show is doing a lot of that, and that fits with the character of Komi herself. That it's the saying things without saying things.
Yeah, and I liked the end bit. I liked everything else that was just Komi vibing and like her trying to communicate with her dad. Like that was a great dynamic. Like you can really see how that household works, and her just chilling at the library and at the park. That was cute. I liked that, but it was everything else at the pool that I just soured me. Like it was just boring. Like it felt like peak slice of life bullshit, you know? Like, this is the pool episode. I mean, this is the beach episode, but it's at the pool.
Yeah, but you get a lot of cute and nice moments in it with Tadano and Komi. Like, everyone rock, paper, scissoring, and then she's like, alright, you, just go with her already. We don't care. It's like, oh, alright.
Well, it's hard not to call that from a mile away when that happens every other episode. Something like that. Like,
yeah, but
as soon as they start throwing down rock, paper, scissors...
Like, it goes by super fast to where it still works for me to an...
Yeah.
Like, with the jokes in Vampire, for, like, to do a comparison, why like, the joke with Hanma doesn't work, but, like, this joke with Tonano still does, it's pacing of the joke.
Oh, yeah.
Vampire very much has a long lead-in, whereas Komi-san, it's like, bam, bam, bam. Like, the jokes per minute in Komi-san definitely do the show some favors for me. And the only part about the pool segment I didn't like was Aigiri.
Yeah,
like,
Agari.
I don't mind what Naijimi was saying, because that's perfectly in character for Naijimi. It was the animations for Aigiri were a bit out there.
Who is Aigiri again?
Agari is the green-haired girl who basically is
right.
Like she has declared herself as Komi's dog.
Right, her.
Apparently, she has booby.
Oh wait, okay, hold on. You didn't laugh at the ninja breaking Yamai's neck?
No.
Really? I love that joke, because you think the joke is going to end at Yamai, because, you know, it always does, but then it goes that extra step with the ninja, and that's what got me.
I don't think I saw it. I was just like, my brain summarized that entire scene as people fight over who wants to go down the slide with Komi. But of course, Tanado is going to be the one who gets to do it, because that's what the show does.
The show does, but... Like, I really liked that subversion of expectation we got, because it's like, oh, of course, the joke is gonna end at Yamai, but no, Yamai gets murked, too, and that's what I appreciated.
Yeah. Not even her powerful yandere energy is enough to overpower people.
Oh yeah, no, Naruto always gets 0, come on now.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I do have to say, Tadano is genuinely a good boy. He cares.
Yeah.
I like him.
Fucking okay. This episode did make me laugh, and it was with the joke at the end. I saw something nice today. He still forgot to return the book.
I really liked the nice, wholesome conversation they were having with Komi at the pool. Like, when she was all down, she was like, no, don't worry about me, go play. And he's saying, they're like, don't make that face. The others will worry. And they just have this, like, really nice conversation, and Komi, you can tell Komi kind of grows a little bit from it. It's super cute. Then Naijimi takes Komi hostage.
Mm-hmm.
With a fucking gun. Who gave Naijimi a gun? Who did it?
Looks like Najimi got that herself.
I totally wanted to should have gotten a fucking screenshot of Naijimi dual wielding.
Yeah. Naijimi is also a treat this episode, too.
Yeah. I love this character.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still not entirely sure about their gender. Like, are they non-binary or are they trans?
From what I can tell in the manga, it's still not confirmed, but heavily implied that it's non-binary.
Alright.
I'm just gonna go with they, to be honest. Yeah. Like,
it makes it easier.
Yeah, because I was thinking, like, if it was actually trans, then this show would be a lot more uncomfy about the gender.
We don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. So, and I don't think there's any actual, author putting it out there.
Yeah, I do like that they don't really, like, make fun of it or anything. They just kind of, it's there.
Oh, also, I really like the start of the episode when Komi is gonna go for the, is like waiting to go. She keeps checking her bag, and then her mom like makes her panic again. Like, do you have this? Do you have this? No, I just checked. Don't make me check again. It was so cute. Like, just this show. Well, this episode may have not been the funniest. It was super cute. Like, I really appreciate while Komi was wearing a two-piece swimsuit, they never really sexualize her. I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was worried that they would be super sexual with the characters who wear two-piece swimsuits, but it's actually fairly reserved. In fact, the one they're sexual with is wearing a one-piece.
I had to roll my fucking eyes when, it starts off and Yandere Stalker Girl is like, I can't wait to see her in a swimsuit. And I'm like, it's going to be a one piece, going to be a one piece, going to be a one piece. It's a one piece. Let's go. And then she goes and gets her a two piece, but whatever.
We're going to buy you a new swimsuit. Komi backed into a corner, holding a metaphorical knife to defend herself. Alas, Yamai has the sharp chopsticks.
Hmm.
Are we ready for card?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say fuck.
I am too. I thought
out.
this episode was really cute. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck it.
As much as I really did not like the pool segment, I mean, the other half totally makes up for this episode. I just hope we don't get... Yeah, I just hope that there's not any more, like, hit or miss episodes like this. I'm gonna fuck it. Doesn't burn away everything that I liked about the show, like that one episode where the Stalker Girl got introduced.
Alrighty. That is a trifecta for Komi-San Can't Communicate, Episode 7. Let's move on to My Senpai is Annoying, Episode 7. Throughout the episode, we see how both Igarashi and Natsumi met, and how they both give each other the courage to do what they like. At the Blossom Festival, some workers drink too much, and Igarashi tells Takeda about Natsumi and how she beat up Igarashi's bullies. Natsumi episode, Natsumi episode, Natsumi episode!
Yeah. I like that we are getting a little bit more of, like, the side characters.
I'm still hoping she's a little cock gremlin, but I liked what we got with her this episode.
Yeah.
She is a fun addition to this show, and seeing Vodka Girl and the one boy getting really drunk at the party was fun. I wish we got more of that.
Now I low-key ship that too.
This episode was really fucking boring.
This show is boring, dude.
Exactly, and I'm gonna reiterate it every episode. I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually liked this episode.
Yeah, it was worth it mostly for Natsumi. And seeing why she is like that.
Yeah, I really like Natsumi. She's always been one of the parts of the show that I wanted to see more, and I'm happy that we finally got that. And what we got, I think, was good. Just everything between her and Igarashi, seeing her punch the bully, it was like, comes out of nowhere, kicks the chair out from under him, what? Falls on the floor. Guy gets back up, fucking decks him. Like, I wasn't expecting the show to get that violent. I thought at most we were gonna get, like, Takeda throwing, like, bus gropers over his shoulder. Nah, she just straight up fucking decked the dude and fucking killed him, metaphorically.
She killed his ego.
Punched the bully so hard he turned into a good person.
Oh my god, she's a JoJo's character!
Exactly. I will admit, it was a little cliche, the scene after where the bullies are like, we're in basketball because we're bad at it too. And it was like, I didn't need this scene. I feel like it would have been better without it. Which is
I was honestly fully expecting Natsumi to be like, oh yeah, they kicked me out of the school because I'm starting fights and shit.
Natsumi's just a really neat character. I like her.
Yeah. And it looks like she's gotten a bit of a like caretaker thing for the other dude.
Sakurai's little brother.
Yeah.
Who I guess is also going to be a relatively important side character, question mark? I don't know.
Yeah. I just hope they don't make her, like, creep on him or something.
I doubt it. At most, I see an episode where he's like, oh, this girl I'm running with for track, I like her. And she's like, well, I'll teach you how to get girls, kiddo. And then the girl will see him with Natsumi and be like, wow, he's not cheating on me. I can't believe it. That's the most I see. I don't know, like, this episode didn't make me feel better about the direction the show is gonna go in at all. But at the same time, it was still a good episode, so I'm having trouble deciding what to do. I was hoping talking about it would make me feel different. I'm still just as conflicted.
Fuck objectivity. Vote with your heart. What do you want?
Then does that mean we're ready for cards?
I don't know, Amber. Are you ready for cards, or is there anything else you want to say?
I will say that the food continues to look delicious, but that's basically just par for the course for anime, I guess.
Nothing will look as good. No food in real life will look as good as anime food.
Yeah.
This is the unfortunate truth. And then, if that's the case, then let's do cards. You two go first.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna continue to fuck the show.
I'll kill it. It's fucking boring. I want it to die.
If I'm voting with my heart, I have to fuck this episode. I can't not. It was a really nice watch. I'm gonna continue to fuck the show for now.
Yeah.
That is a double fuck and a kill for My Senpai is Annoying, episode 7. Let's move on to Sakugan, episode 7. The team get high and sick from red-faced flowers and bitter cactus, so they detox. And going back to the plot, Gagumber suggests going to the hospital. But in Memempu's dreams, she starts seeing Gagumber dying at the place she wants to go, and then her and Gagumber have a fight. This episode had a lot of good. It also had a lot of real bad.
Oh, Sakugan, how far you fucking fall.
This is one of the episodes... Yeah, I would say this is the one that's doing the thing that you were mad about last time for me. Just too much shit happening at one time.
I don't know which one's worse, this or last episode. Like,
Okay, at least aside from last episode, the stuff that wasn't just objectively bad is still good. There's nothing impeding. Like Memempu having the dream, seeing Gagumber dying in her dreams, and the fight they have, it's really good. I liked all of that.
Yeah.
The bullshit for the first 15 minutes with the flowers was fucking awful and felt like filler.
We don't even know why they had the flowers with them. It's just, Yuri said so. Fuck Yuri!
I mean...
Yuri thought they were pretty, so he put them in everyone's mechs.
It's just... Fuck Yuri. I don't like you. And not only was this, like, a really boring plotline, but the editing was so jarring. Like... There was at least, like, okay, so, I get it, they were trying to do the rule of 3 things, and, like, they had them all repeating the same actions, going to basically the same place. That's just a different route, but further ahead, obviously. It lacked establishing shots to show you that, hey, we've traveled a bit often. So it just looks like shit... Sorry.
Yeah, I thought for a good while that, like, maybe it was an effect of the drugs that they were just going in circles.
Yeah, that they were going in circles, that, like, they were just reliving the same day over and over again. I thought they were trapped in a time loop. Legitimately thought they were trapped in a time loop for a second. Because the editing was poor. Like, we needed more of a hold on what it is, what was happening, whether or not we were moving on or not.
See, I think if the flower part of this episode was, like, a bit faster paced, it could have worked. The jarring could have worked as a better effect to show they're high as fuck. This is really jarring. And if they put a little bit more psychedelic visuals in there, like I can see the first segment being at least entertaining. But because it takes 15 goddamn minutes, it's just, you kind of know where it's going from the start. It's just it doesn't work. Like, for the first, like, 5 minutes, I was actually into the start. But, like, as soon as you get to the middle of the second repetition, it's like, so they're gonna do the same thing again. Alright. They're gonna bury the cactus this time, too. They're gonna wait a day. They're either gonna be high a different way, or they're gonna be fine. And they were fine, but now they have to go to a hospital, and the actual interesting plotline carries on.
I honestly think that, like, it was the editing that killed this episode for me, and, like, maybe it's just because I got a trained eye, I can see it, but, like, this is not how you edit a show, man. Like, it was so, there was a couple cuts that were really fucking jarring. Like, I want to try my hand at a recut of this, because, like, yeah. Less of a focus on this whole hallucination art. Like, I think this hallucination bit still needs to be in it. So then we got that little bit of mystery between, is Memempu hallucinating, or is she actually having these dreams, and do they actually mean something?
That was my question, is what the hell was going on with Memempu, because, like, it was implied that she was having sickness before all of this happened, and then, like, she wasn't affected by the drugs.
It was implied she was having sickness before. That was from the flowers. That's how she figured out it was the flowers doing it, which I like. It was Memempu that figured it out. She's really smart, so of course it would be her.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then the literal kid has to be the one that's being the grown adult this time.
Yeah,
I just
wish any of the side characters would do literally anything.
Yeah. So, basically what happened in this episode was there were 3 major plot points that we were hitting. The drug trip, this drug trip episode, Memempu's dreams, and Memempu not being a team player. Out of all the ones we could have focused on, we focused heavily on the drug trip aspect. Yeah. And we did it very fucking poorly. Yeah, like, I don't know what to say. Like, we just need to change our focus, and this would have been a great episode. Like,
yeah.
This is what's infuriating about the show so far, is that, so far our last 2 episodes could have been good. I could see the potential of a good episode in them, but the execution is so poor that it just all falls flat, and it just makes me mad. Because I know that the studio can make a damn good episode of a TV show. The first 3 to 4 episodes of the show were fucking great. They were on point. And now for some reason, they're just falling apart.
I think the mid-season slump is hitting this in full force.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, this is the most a show has been affected by mid-season slump on our podcast. I'm fairly certain. I could go back and check, but I'm fairly certain this is, like, the most quality decline we've had.
This is a massive, massive decline in quality without even... And I mean... and it's not even cheating like some of our other shows did. It's done nothing creepy so far. It's just being bad.
Yeah, I do have to question... Like, we saw that character that might have been Ururup in Memempu's dreams.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they're actually there.
There's one thing I wanted to bring up about them, actually. They're wearing the same kind of cloak that our terrorist boys were wearing in the cutaway from the last episode.
Yeah.
Urarop might be a terrorist. That is one thing keeping me interested.
Okay, so, and also, here's another problem I had with this. The dream segment, it's so painfully obvious what they're going for, I think. Like, I'm pretty sure I know what's happening. Like,
What?
Uroop's obviously Memempu's mother, right? That the dream that she's having is a memory from her past. Like obviously, like the baby crying from Memempu's perspective, Gugumber getting cut down and reaching out and saying Memempu, and then literally fucking Memempu turning into a baby and reaching out towards her dad gives me enough information to know that this is in their past. And I think the reason why Urarop gave her the map is because she's her mother. And there's some reason that seems to be in Gugumber's past that she wants everyone to return, I think.
I don't want to bite that bullet just yet. I think this is from the past. I don't want to bite the bullet that's her mother just yet. But there are a couple of reasons why. One being, the Urarop we saw had brown hair, like she was a brunette. Gugumber also has some brown shaggy hair. Memempu has yellow, like she's blonde, which I know that probably might, that in anime that might not mean anything, but it's something that's there as well.
In both anime and real life, really, like genetics is way more complicated than that. Like you could have like no idea, you could have like fucking no connection with any redheads in your family at all and still come out as a redhead because of how genetics work. And it's like you have to go back like 6 generations to find a redhead.
Or you might like marry a redhead woman and none of your kids are redheads.
That too. Well, it's also because we're recessive, so hey. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Or, and this is my second crackpot theory, Memempu was adopted.
That's also a possibility. But I honestly do think that, yeah.
Because this is my crackpot theory. This place Gugumber went to is where his partner died, and they found a child here. This place above ground. I think he took that child back down with him, and when he went to live a quiet life, he played the role of a dad.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking way too much into things, and like my brain's just going at a million miles a second, and I'm like, there's only one conclusion. This is obvious to me. But no, I guess not.
I see where you're coming from. My brain definitely makes that connection. Like, when I made the joke in episode 2, when I was like, okay, so Urarop is Memempu's mom. That's my knowledge of Western shows, knowing Western tropes, being like, oh, haha, funny. But in anime, it could really be anything. Like, granted, they do that trope a lot in anime too, but at the same time, I don't want to bite the bullet just yet. I want to wait before I make that conclusion or not.
I've made my call. I think that's it. I'm pretty certain that's it. I'd love it if it subverts my expectations, though.
Well, we can only wait and see, as I really hope we start getting some development on these terrorist dudes who are following our main cast, because we have episode 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 5 episodes left. We are over halfway through.
Oh, God.
I'm hoping we stop with this filler garbage.
Oh, God, we only have 5 episodes left? Oh, this isn't good.
Unless they do a season 2. However, this is based off a novel, so I don't even know if there's enough material for season 2. I guess it depends really how many novels there are in the Sakugan series, because it's not a light novel or a manga. Hold on, let me check.
I thought it was an original.
It says it's based off a novel.
Source novel. Okay, let's just Google Sakugan, because there's no entry in now for it.
It was released in October? What?
Also, I just realized that if we're killing off Vampire this episode, then that's gonna be awkward for all the future art that I'm doing for Vampire.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It'll be fine. A little bit of subversion in the thumbnail and in the art's fine.
Yeah, I'll just keep posting. I'll just keep making art that includes the dead stuff.
Okay, so it's probably not gonna end. Oh god. Oh no. Yeah, the manga's still going. It started in August 13th of this year.
Oh.
We're either getting an anime-only ending. Oh my god. Are we in anime-only territory?
Hold on. Okay. We can't be. If they've been working on it since August, we can't have exhausted all that material yet. There's no way.
Alright, I'm sorry. Wait, can we just take a quick bathroom? Can we just take a quick break for a second?
Sure.
Alright, just be right back.
I don't think we're in anime-only territory. I think we're in filler territory is what we're in.
They're waiting for the other shit to catch up.
Oh my god, Sakugan is at a 7.09 right now. Oh no.
That's bad.
It was at a 7.55 when we first started the FMK for the season. And I hope Sakugan picks up the pieces real quick.
Yeah, I have to admit, even I'm getting sick of the filler.
It's just, the show can be good. We have 5 episodes left. They have to start getting back on track, right? Like, the mid-season slump is almost... It has to be over. Next episode, it has to be over, right? Right?
Hopefully.
I cry. I cry every night.
I cry every time.
I cry every time. It's a studio that does Sakugan. Studio Statelight. Let's look at some other things they've done. They've done Fairy Tail, Log Horizon, Hellsing Ultimate... World's End. What would you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? Oh, that's weird. Okay. What else have they done?
Wait a minute. Hellsing Ultimate is made by Madhouse.
Oh, then this might be one of those things. Oh, okay. Madhouse... So Madhouse, Statelight, and Graphinica all worked on Hellsing Ultimate.
Oh, okay. It was part of the whole... Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that some episodes were done by one studio while some other episodes were done by another.
Oh no! Meep!
What?
You want to know something?
What?
I'm looking at the synopsis of the manga. Guess what?
What?
We just watched the episode we just watched was the last chapter published. We're getting into anime-only territory next week.
Are you kidding me?
Nah, I'm not, unless Wikipedia's bunk, which sometimes it is, but I don't think it is right now. Here, yeah, actually, oh my god, the next volume, oh wait, this is for the anime, sorry, I thought it said for the manga. Whew!
I was gonna say, there's no way!
Okay, it's like, oh my god, is the next chapter really releasing the same day as the end? Oh no, because I'm a dumbass. I can't see anything.
Oh my god, we still got content.
I can't see anything from the novel either.
There's nothing on the manga. Or...
I guess it must be some obscure novel.
It's it's just so weird. It has nothing.
Mal might be lying to us. This might be an original still then.
But okay, on Wiki it says it's a. It says it's a. It says it's a manga. Wait, a manga adaptation by serialization and Square Enix Manga Up.
Sakugan.
Okay, I think it's just that it's still publishing in Square Enix's magazine. I don't think it's got any. I don't think it has any volumes yet, like, published.
So then, what this probably is they're doing the anime first, then releasing the novel. They're probably... Okay, if this is Square Enix has done this before, they're probably just going to release the novel after the anime is finished.
It's so weird. It's so muddled, like... Because, like, if there is a, because I'd read it to see, like, how it compares, but, like, there's no information on it.
Yeah, it's so weird. The fuck?
But yeah,
Anyway,
massive disappointment.
we ready for cards?
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna still fuck this show. It was a weird episode, but I'm interested to see where some of this stuff is going.
This has been back-to-back 3 mediocre to bad episodes in a row. As much as I love this show and I want to see what the hell's happening with Momenpu's dream, it's inexcusable. Like, with the episode count that it has, to be fucking up this much, this often, this late in the game. I'm gonna kill it. Like, this show so far has been a massive disappointment.
I'm gonna fuck this episode because it shows promise of stuff that will happen later down the line, and I want to believe we're at the end of the mid-season slump. I want to believe that this is where the show picks up again. Should by episode 8 or 9 it is still doing this fillery bullshit, this show is getting knives from me. I'm gonna fuck it.
Such a massive fucking disappointment. The first 3 episodes we had were some of the best on our list.
Yeah! It's so fucking frustrating.
What the fuck happened? What happened?
Some dumb idiot don't know how to write good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that is a... Oh, by the way, you were away when I said this. Sakugan has dropped to a 7.09.
I have wireless headphones, I heard, and I saw. And I can't even blame anyone. Like, before I was just like, you all just hating on Mempu because she's smart. And then I'm like, no. No, I get it now.
Well, my problems don't come from Mempu. Like, Mempu is still fine.
Yeah.
Like,
it's everything else. It's the borked pacing and editing. It's the boring plot lines that feel so cookie cutter for this type of story. It's the fact that we have no forward motion. It's the fact that our side characters that just got introduced are just a part of the crew and we have no characterization for them. Because their characterization got sped through in the last episode.
We have not seen a kaiju since episode 3.
Yeah.
That is 2 fucks and a kill for Sakugan, episode 7. Let's move on.
I thought fucking Itadate Deities was a betrayal, but I am more betrayed by, like, this dip in quality than that. Like,
Well,
at least Itadate sort of showed what it was all about early on, and we just chose to ignore it.
Well, you two, you and McCon.
Actually, I was the only one to give that episode a knife, so don't blame me.
Like I said, if it wasn't for episode 2, episode 1 probably would have got a knife for me too, but because of the scuffed way we did that, my mind probably did skew a bit. So
But anyways,
anyways,
let's talk about fucking Paladin.
let's move on to The Faraway Paladin, Episode 7. Will and Menel kill the demons who are attempting a ritual in the ruins. They perform ritual rites and talk with an old woman's ghost as Menel breaks down. The villagers throw a party, and Menel tells Will about his origins, enjoys his party, gaining Gracefield's grace.
Yo, these bitches are gay. Good for them.
Yeah! I love it!
They're so gay for each other. Like, Will's not even hiding it. It's just like, well, you are pretty.
Will is now our little disaster bisexual.
Yee.
I really enjoyed this episode. It did some nice characterization. It did some nice, like, it had a lot of nice moments, and it set up for for what seems to be our second arc. What do you call the stuff with Mary and Blood and Arc?
I would
Yes.
say
Okay, so, and it's building up to what appears to be our second arc, taking out the undead nest on this mountain, Mount Fuji type mountain.
This show's definitely getting a second season, right?
It has to.
No
Like,
way that this is ending here.
the only way I see it not getting a second season is because of the low rating it's getting, and I'm 90% certain that's just because of the animation quality. Like, I've seen so many people pass this show up because of the animation quality, even one of our own hosts. Not one of our own hosts, one of our older hosts has, because when I was recommending it to them, they were like, oh, well, it looks kind of average, I probably won't watch it. And it's like, but it's so good, though, don't pay attention to the animation quality,
Yeah, it is a very mid-looking show, and, like, the CGI skeletons in the opening are, not great. But, yeah.
But it's
Hey, they're better than whatever the fuck Deep Insanity was.
Yeah!
That was just so goddamn shiny.
But to be honest, I'd probably put Berserk 2016 over the animation of Deep Insanity.
Yeah.
At least the models look like something.
Yep.
Um,
I really liked them. Like, when they were planning out attacking the ruins where the demons were, the fights in the show might be a little bit short-lived, but if they don't feel peak D&D to me. Like, when Menel drew it on the ground, that looked like a battle map.
Yeah. I do have to say, I wish that they had drawn out the demon fight scene at least a little bit more, because, like, it was building up to it in the previous episode. Like, this was gonna be some big thing that you needed a separate episode for, and then it's just gone in, like, 2 seconds.
oh yeah.
And I'm just like, bruh, don't blue balls me like this. Give me more action.
They still take care of it all in that episode. It's just a little bit misleading because the drama with this village wasn't entirely with the demons. It was with the undead that also... I love the rules of this world. The fact that just being dead can turn you undead, I fucking love that.
Oh, that scene with fucking... with his fucking brother and shit. That was rough.
Oh, just... It really shows Stagnate's influence on this world. Like... it's so well done.
Yeah. God, that was a powerfully emotional scene.
Yeah.
I do have to say, it felt a little rushed to have, like, pretty much Meneldor's entire arc in one episode, but I'm willing to overlook that.
Oh, I don't think his entire arc is done. The adventurer he killed with his own bare hands. Bet you any money they're going to show up later as an undead general in Stagnate's army. Bet you any money.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Like, and this is actually... Okay, this is the way I like a character backstory being shown to us. We get more than one episode with the character. We got our 2 episodes with him. And they waited until after we got characterization and everything from him to start dripping us the stuff about him. And the whole thing with him wanting to die at times, when you think about earlier in the previous episode when he said to hang him instead of everyone else, that shit gets dark when you think about it.
The dude is dead-ass suicidal.
Yeah, and it's so interesting. Like, this gave me a lot of love for Menel, because just going through his backstory, it's not like it didn't feel like cry or tragedy bait when he was talking about his backstory, and partially because of the jokes they're sprinkling in with Will's commentary, but also because Menel was very matter-of-fact about explaining it. He wasn't like, oh, poor me, my mother died when I was born. He's like, mother kind of died when I was born, didn't fit in with the elves, didn't fit in with the humans. Just kind of how it shook out. Then Marple took me in.
Yeah, kind of want to die, kind of don't. We'll see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very short episode. Not a lot happened, but a lot happened.
Yeah, one small exchange I actually really appreciated was when Menel and Will were talking about Marple, and Will asks, "What was Marple? It's weird that she became such a high-level undead." And Menel is like, "You won't know. It's just how it is in this world." I like that. I like the idea that some of these mysteries can just remain unsolved because of how fucked the world is. I think that's a really good piece of world building.
Wait, I thought she was just staying there out of pure stubbornness because she had to tell someone where they came from, where the demons came from.
That's what was directly stated, but at least when Will was asking what Marple was, that was the implication I took out of it. Because he did ask, what was Marple? Because Marple was very strange. She took random people into this town. We don't know her role in the village. We don't know who she was. And we never will. And Menel straight up tells us that. And I like that. Because this world is very tragic.
She's just a stubborn old woman who's too stubborn to die.
Man literally too angry to die.
It's just this entire episode, like okay, someone tried telling me this show doesn't feel like D&D. There's a straight up manticore in here. Come on.
Yeah,
that's a fucking. It's not a D&D exclusive.
Paladin.
These concepts are not exclusive to D&D. It's
but
very.
But this show that has already felt like very D&D early on is now showing the popular monsters from said pop culture.
Manticores are like fucking. I don't know. I'm probably wrong about this, but like, wait, what are they from? I think they're from Greek.
They're from Greek mythology, but they're overshadowed, but they're overshadowed by a lot of different Greek mythology.
It's Persian.
Oh, Persian. Okay.
It's just you understand me. D&D has no original monsters, with the exception of, like, I don't know, maybe 2. And even then, I couldn't name them. It's just liberally stealing from folklore. So, of course, that these monsters are going to be wide used.
Yes. One can argue that this show that is taking things, most likely from D&D, stealing them and using them, isn't that the essence of what D&D was made out of?
Meep. It's just fantasy. Doesn't mean it's D&D. Just because D&D is your only.
If we want to, it's fun.
Just because D&D is your one view into fantasy doesn't mean all fantasy is D&D.
But this show has already been very much like borrowing and using concepts and making allusions to D&D in a genre that is dominated by Japanese MMO fantasy.
Yes.
Like this show goes heavy into the gods, undead, magical weapons, dwarves, magical races, halflings! There are halflings in here!
Yeah, and they're also in Final Fantasy XIV.
They're called Lalafell in Final Fantasy XIV.
You can't look at me and tell me Lalafell aren't just halflings. It's like telling me that whatever the fuck the elves aren't just elves. They're tall people with pointy ears. They're fucking elves. They live in trees and shit.
Yes, but halflings, the term halfling and halflings is most commonly used in D&D, because in most other fantasy, halflings they're called hobbits.
No, they're just called hobbits in Tolkien fiction, because the Tolkien estate has the copyright for it, because guess what? one of the books is called The Hobbit, and they use the other term that was used in to refer to halflings, to hobbits in fucking Lord of the Rings and stuff, halflings, to refer to them, and also have, the race in, without having to pay an enormous fee out the ass to the Tolkien estate. And that is my dirty diatribe for the day.
This anime is very clearly inspired by D&D and aspects of D&D. This, especially the travel and, the planning out the battles. This feels like someone who knows what D&D is and has played it, making something, and I absolutely love it.
Saying it's fancy, it's an NPD, whatever.
We'll call it what we want. It's fun.
Cards?
You already know what our cards are gonna be.
This is a trifecta. Let's just move on.
Yeah.
Unless Beast's gonna blindside us.
There's nothing to move on to. We're out of show.
The faraway paladin, meaning the vampire dies in no time, is fucking dead.
The vampire has officially died.
Dies in no time. It took fucking 7 episodes to kill the bitch.
I'm still gonna keep watching it anyway, but I'm cool with killing it off the podcast.
I would have preferred Senpai, but
we might kill that later.
Nice go how they're gonna fall.
It'll probably die next episode. Well, maybe
also,
I'll keep it around. Oh, sorry.
Also, by the way, Ember, you're peeking your mic. I don't know what changed, but...
Sorry, I might be a little bit too close.
Yeah, I think you're a little too close. Okay, that's better. Thank you.
Who knows? Maybe I'll keep Senpai around to take another bullet for Komi-san. Or I could just keep Sakugan for that.
I mean, are you keeping it around to save Komi-san or Sakugan?
Hey, no one said that we have to kill anything on any of the episodes.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, if by some tragedy you and Limus hate an episode of Komi-san...
I don't think that's gonna happen. It would
Fair
have to go horribly wrong.
You'd be surprised. It's happened before.
Yes, but the things that's happened before, on retrospect, you can expect it. Itaden was written by the fucking interspecies reviewers guy. How did we not expect what was gonna happen?
And interspecies reviewers was supposed to be very sex positive. And then Itadane Dates just whips out this rape bullshit.
Well, yeah, he needed to write Itaden so that he wouldn't put that stuff in interspecies. You see, when he was writing interspecies, he kept getting these fetish urges. He was like, okay, I need to make some trash to offset it.
Just right before the stream, before you turn on your camera, you just gotta look at yourself in the mirror and just full throat, just yell the N-word a bunch of times, just to get it out of your system.
Just full on, Alex! No. God damn it, I can't believe you're calling out Keemstar on our stream.
Deep-throated. I mean, I'm mostly just repeating something from a better podcast, but I'll just move on.
Oh.
Castle Super Beast. Totally not stealing from that. No, totally not stealing from their deep-throated... Wait, what was it? Deep-throated hard R.
Oh.
Or whatever the fuck the skit is. Meep, I'll send it to you later.
There. With that, it's now the graveyard time. Bloody soul. What did I watch? I did not want to create a thread. Why is that even a function? Okay, legit, I do not get the point of Discord threads.
I've used it before. It's like if you have 2 conversations going on in the same channel, you can just, and there's no other channel you can take it to, just make a thread out of it.
Okay, fair enough.
I used it to play on a D&D game in another server before that didn't have anything about D&D.
I am gonna mark down vampire as dropped, and I'm gonna put it at a 6.
So I think that brings it down to like 4 shows that we have now.
Yep.
4.
Nice.
Which is still more than what we usually end with. We usually, on average, I think what we end with is 3.
Huh.
Yeah,
Have
and
you
it
ever
looks.
had one where it's literally just one show that you're watching?
Last season it was damn close. But man, girlfriend was damn good.
Hell yeah.
I'm still willing to maybe give that another try.
It's the first episode's rough. Like I'll give it to you that. Like I forgot how rough that was. Like I remember just reeling that. I was like, "Oh my god, I actually kind of enjoy it." What? Like there's some funny bits in this. What the hell?
See,
And I forgot about the whole, there's some dubious consent in that episode.
I think when I was trying to figure out why that never actually bothered me in that episode, and I think Makan put it in a great way. It's hard to see it as anything toxic when you know the characters are just fucking stupid and they mean nothing by it. They're just all fucking dumb. They all share a single brain cell. Honestly, they probably wouldn't even last 2 weeks without Nagisa there. They'd probably starve. They'd fucking die. Ah!
But in terms of Graveyard, I watched some anime that wasn't what we were supposed to.
Oh.
I have not lived up on my threat yet to bring Visual Prison back. I'm still trying to find the time for that. I'm thinking I'm just going to save it for the last episode and just go on a massive diatribe on the final episode about it when we do our retrospective.
The gay vampire show.
Yeah.
That isn't the gay vampire show we've been watching.
Yeah.
Ah.
I watched. So as everyone has been known, if you're on anime Twitter or in any anime space, you would have known a certain type of hellish adaptation of Cowboy Bebop came out recently.
Oh.
And I thought about watching it, and I decided against it, and I just started watching Cowboy Bebop again. That show is fucking good.
I gotta watch that at some point. Everyone keeps telling me it's fucking beautiful.
It's great. It's so
I should
good.
add that to the list, and also Space Dandy.
Yeah. So I kind of watched Cowboy Bebop in a time where I literally just got a list of some of the best anime ever made and just binge watched a bunch of it. And that made me into a bit of a snob. So for the longest time, Cowboy Bebop to me was pretty good, but nothing special. Oh my god, I was a fucking snobby idiot. This show's great. There's a certain mindset you have to go into it with. It is not an ongoing story. It is episodic. Full stop. It is an episodic series. If you do not like that, you're not going to like Bebop.
I actually do like that kind of stuff. That's one of my favorite kind of things.
Oh yeah, it's great. And it's like, if any of you have any of you watched Firefly?
I watched a little bit of it.
Because like,
It did seem very good.
to call it anime Firefly is not accurate at all, but it's got a similar vibe to it, of a space western. It is a bunch of assholes on a ship, going from place to place, trying to do jobs, and trying to survive. But the big thing about Bebop is everyone is running away from their past. And each episode, a little bit of their past comes back to haunt them. And that's what makes it so good. Though, of course, not every episode, I should say. A lot of them are just fun episodes of them trying to chase down a bounty and them bumbling around like the idiots that they are. But every now and then, like, the 5th episode is called the Ballad of Fallen Angels. Chef's Kiss. It is immaculate. Like, The only thing about it I don't like is the villain, Vicious. I think he's a bit of an edgelord villain. But just... Man! Everything he lacks, Spike makes up for in that episode, and it's just so damn good. The music is beautiful, and, like, it just really exposes the Spike as our character in just... it's such a cool way. It's like, oh... like... That whole episode, he's basically gearing up for a suicide mission. And he's, like, still doing the same, kind of laid-back attitude he normally has, but everyone around him's like, dude, what the fuck are you trying to do? Just talk to us. What's happening? What's with this bounty that you're doing? He's like, nah, I'm not gonna tell you. Some things I gotta do on my own. And it's so good. And that those same themes come back again at the finale, which is Real Folk Blues. And, like, those 2 episodes, I guess they're 3. Real Folk Blues is a 2-parter episode, but those 3 episodes are just some of the best goddamn storytelling you can find in a TV show. Spike is such a good character. Like, he gets a good balance of a silly, lighthearted guy who just kind of wants to vibe in the galaxy, but also, man, he's gone through some shit and his past is quickly coming up to fucking catch up to him. Bebop's great. If you haven't watched it, do it now. It's on Netflix.
Nice. Yeah, I might just do. You pretty thoroughly sold me on it.
Not every episode's a banger. Some of them are rough. One of the characters, Ed, is kind of a rough character to watch. But man, everything else is on point. And also thematically, it is absolutely the type of thing that I love. It is a bunch of bounty hunters fucking around in space. Even if the show wasn't as good, I'd still be into it for that fact alone.
Does sound pretty damn cool.
Oh yeah.
I will say, I personally, I only got about 2 episodes into it thus far, but I've started watching Blue Period, and I like it. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it very much is that kind of just like chill vibes kind of show. But yeah, it's got some genuinely heartfelt moments, I think. Like, you can actually feel... It's got some good emotions going. It's got some very pretty-looking scenes. Yeah, it's not really much to write home about, but like I said, I've only watched the 2 episodes, so... Like, not a whole lot of plot has happened thus far, except for him joining the art club. But yeah, it's definitely more a show about the vibes.
Yeah. I remember hearing good things about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like something that I would be too terribly invested in, to be honest.
I mean, I'm definitely finding I like that kind of, like... I'm definitely finding that... I think it was called Iyashike or something. Like, the just chill kind of genre. I'm definitely... What?
Was it called Inuyashiki?
That's not it. That's the show.
No, it's like it's a genre of just basically just chill vibes.
Because I know Inuyashiki, that is not a chill show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that general like genre of just not even doesn't even have to have a real plot. It's just slice of lifey chill vibes kind of stuff. I'm really liking that kind of show. It's nice for when you just come home from a shitty day at work and you just put on a show and you just forget.
Yeah.
I'm still watching Aquato. In the latest episode, it was implied that one of the main characters either fucking died or got hospitalized because they had been overworked.
Mood.
And reading into it, it seems like her boss is doing it on purpose to try and make her quit. So there's some interesting stuff going on there. There are only 4 episodes left. I don't think there's going to actually be any romance. I think the last little plot is going to be about Kukuru and her place at the job. Aside from that, I've still been watching Tact OP Destiny. I was mentioning Tact OP Destiny and how I'm definitely seeing how it's a mobile game anime, and the fact of my favorite character probably not going to show up again. They're starting to feel like they existed only for the episode they were there for, and to be like, hey, you could get this SSR character in the mobile game, and it makes me sad. Although, who knows? Maybe she could show up in the latest episode and save the day. Who knows? Only time will tell with that show. But as far as that, I don't think I've been watching anything else. Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should be watching some more of the shows that I've been meaning to watch, especially now that we have, like, less stuff on the actual, like, podcast roster.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's... If you want to get in some other miscellaneous anime, now's the time, because we only have 4 shows, and it can only get smaller from here.
Yeah.
Until next season, when we have 10 again.
Then we're back in the pit. Oh god, yeah. Oh god, wait. I should probably finish, take this momentum and finish Ghost in the Shell second season.
That's another one I should watch at some point.
Yes.
Sorry, I just want to bring attention to this. In the promotional art for Vampire Dies in No Time, Kaneda, behind Ronaldo, is holding a stick of celery.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that until now.
Yeah.
It's already implied that this is going to be a thing. LeMayo funny joke.
But yeah. I believe that's been us. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Meep. Where can they find you at?
You can find me at Soul_King777 on Twitter, where if you are underage, do not follow me, or else I will make you play Draluk in the live adaptation of Vampire Dies in No Time. I, of course, will be taking the role of John.
You will be sand, and then you will be turned into shiny sand balls.
Ember.
Yeah, you can find me at Ember the Unusual on Twitter. I'm currently attempting to work on some art, but who knows when that will get posted.
Ooh.
And you can find me, Lemus, at thinly spread all across the internet, but all condensed down into one handy list at lemus.card.co. That's we've been the Anime FMK. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you next week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.